Hi everyone, my name's Miss Redmond. I'm going to show you some fun science activities that you can do over the Easter holidays. All of these are optional, you don't have to submit anything. Before you do any of these activities, you must ask for permission from a parent or carer first. Neither I nor Barnwell School will accept any liability for damage or injury caused. The ones I'm going to show you are cornflower and water, plasma grapes, germinating beans, red cabbage indicator, and later we'll go into the garden and do Mentos and Coke. This activity is cornflower and water. In the bowl, I've just got some ordinary cornflour. You can get it from the supermarket. And all you're going to do is add water very, very slowly. So a small bit of water and you mix it in. The key to this one is getting all the water absorbed before you add more water. And it does get a bit difficult to stir. Okay, that's probably enough water. Because what you're aiming to create is called a thixotropic fluid. What that means is when you apply a lot of force, like trying to stir it quickly, like I'm doing, it turns into a solid. When you treat it gently, it acts like a liquid. So you can see it running off the spoon. So I can take my spoon and hit it and I get resistance because it's turned into like a solid. But if I put my spoon in slowly, then I can scoop up some of the mixture and it runs off again. And turns back into a liquid. So you can take your fist and punch it. You see? It doesn't, my fist doesn't go into the cornflour because I'm applying a lot of force. And that's because when you apply force, it forces the water into the cornflour grains. But if you treat it gently, relatively gently, the water and the cornflour turn back into a suspension and they can flow. Activity is called plasma grapes. All you have to do is take an ordinary grape and cut it almost all the way in half widthways. So the two halves are still joined by the skin. Then it goes into your microwave, like so, on full power, and you switch it on. Okay, so germinating beans is a really easy biology activity to do. You can use any dried beans or peas. I've got mung beans, so this is what they look like to start with. And 5 days ago, I put them into some water. This is what they look like now. So you can see the difference in size. And some of them have started to grow shoots as well. And I've just put a little note on the side of the jar to say, when I put them in, when I topped up the water, and I'm going to add another to say that I changed the water today. Eventually, these will grow shoots big enough to eat. This activity is red cabbage indicator, something you might have done at school. It's also super easy to do at home in your kitchen. So all you need is a red cabbage. So I took my red cabbage and I chopped up 1/4 of it and boiled it in a saucepan with a little bit of water. So you can see a little bit of the liquid in the bottom still. I've poured some of that off, so I had this much red cabbage juice in the bottom, and I've topped it up to here with water, and I could even dilute that more. You can really get a lot of indicator out of a small amount of red cabbage. So this is diluted washing up liquid. And if I add some red cabbage indicator to that, it stays blue or purple, right? Whereas if I take an acid like vinegar and add some red cabbage indicator, it turns